r/TooAfraidToAsk. Throwaway Ac 14676 says, are online men exaggerating when talking about implants? Hi, throwaway for obvious reasons. I had a total mastectomy 3 years ago, and I'm left with nothing but scars. I've been padding my bras ever since. I moved to France for work. After I finished my residency, I was very shaken up by the entire recovery experience, so I just now started to date again. I'm 30F. I want to get breast implants this summer and I have been saving up for them ever since moving. I even put my plan of opening my own practice on hold. I'm a dentist. Out of sheer curiosity I looked up about opinions on breast implants, and every single man online acts like they are the most disgusting thing ever. I cannot love myself the way I am, no matter how hard I try. I don't even look like a woman anymore. I look like a deformed 12Y/oh boy. Is there no winning in this? I'm either disgusting for having implants, or looking like a boy. Are online men just exaggerating? XZ12 says, I think the ones they hate the looks of are the trashy oversized perfectly round bubble shaped ones. As long as they look natural enough, and aren't ridiculously oversized, I'm sure the men will love them. Dr. Watson 349 says, plastic surgery is one of those things where people only notice the bad work and then think that's all there is. Hotfist.com says, I just spent about 20 minutes looking at plastic surgery website portfolios and example images and they pretty much all look fake and a bit absurd. I assumed this had to be right. Oh, the technology has probably changed, but they all look like goofy porn balloons. That said, wanting a solution after a mastectomy is not an unreasonable desire and it's not like people wouldn't get it, but at the end of the day, unless I'm missing something, they look about as fake as they always had when viewed nude. I haven't touched one in a super long time, but I'd imagine at least that hopefully they feel better than they used to. Rogue 387 says, personally I think breast implants after a mastectomy are fine. I think most of the negativity is that many of the women who get implants have perfectly fine breasts to begin with. Poke-chan says, which is sad, because you shouldn't even need a moral excuse to have something done to your own body to make you happy for other people not to shit on you. Immo4444 says, you can do whatever you want to your body, but people can have an opinion about it or a preference. I agree with what others are saying, that implants because of mastectomy are not the same though. Lucy Little Spoon says, people hate the oversized, obviously fake ones of years ago. As long as they look natural and aren't cartoonishly massive, they are just as good as natural ones. Do what makes you feel good. Ristj says, I think when thinking of implants people are probably thinking of the over-the-top ones. Like when porn stars have ones, and they're huge and somehow defy gravity like 2 beach balls. But I bet on the daily they walk past people with normal implants, and think wow those are great looking natural boobs. Ed, concentrate on yourself. Just get them however you want and know how brave you are. r/TooAfraidToAsk. By Martin Ab says, what does mama raised me right imply? I just saw that on a shirt I really liked. I perceived it as funny and flirty badassy. But my friend said it felt kind of prudish/not suitable anymore to today's liberal times and stuff. English isn't my first language, so I'm not aware of any sayings, or whatever that this might refer to. Does it imply anything stupid? Ghost was 303 says, it means you have a basic sense of ethics, manners, and personal responsibility. The undertone is that you came from a rough background, or grew up in a bad neighborhood, the sort of place where many people didn't have stable families and good sources of influence. But you were lucky enough to have a good, and probably tough, mother figure to instill in you the good values that your environment wouldn't have had it not been for her. Edit. Case in point, the trolls here doing the downvoting. Their mamas didn't raise them right. Opinionator says, The undertone/trolls also represent the portion of society that don't say basic please and thank you, hold doors open for people a step behind them, use the terms ma'am and sir, give up a seat for a pregnant woman/elderly person/someone with grocery bags, show up on time for appointments, dress appropriately for the occasion, for instance, wedding, funeral, job interview, etc. Treat people in service positions with kindness and respect. Dalit Lest says, it's not a political thing. My Southern Democratic mother says it. That boy wasn't raised right was common to hear, and we all knew what it meant. Let's just say she wasn't raised well is still common to hear when I go home. Means that person is a slob or lacks manners or social skills. Always Sinahud says, it used to imply that they were raised with manners in a traditional family. I don't think that's a bad thing to have still, but apparently your friend would disagree. Cool Economist 575 says, Mama raised me right generally implies that the speaker's mother or mama brought them up with good values and manners. It suggests that the speaker's mother played a significant role in their upbringing, instilling in them a sense of right and wrong, respect for others, and other positive traits. This phrase is often used to express gratitude towards one's mother for their upbringing and to attribute one's positive qualities or behaviors to the lessons learned during childhood. Snow Second says, did you make an AI write this? Surprise Fragrance says, it feels vintage and southern, but as a vintage, southern woman, it means that your mother raised you with manners and respect. You say please and thank you, hold doors for others, abide by the golden rule, and are generally a good human being. r/TooAfraidToAsk. Throwaway 32,432,412 says, do guys still want to be kissed after being given head? Or do they find it disgusting if they get kissed on the lips after the person just gave them head? Public Somewhere 142 says, yes. I don't care. I think a woman I was with did care though when I tried to kiss her after eating her out. Don't know what there is to find disgusting. My own cock. Lol whatever. Still Life 656 says, don't care as long they're rice and load still in their lol. Throw 123,454,321 purple says, not into snowballing, A. Hitometer 2 says, yes. I'm not a child. Sex involves many parts being inserted, licked or otherwise. If you're okay with your partner sucking your dick, but not you kissing her, your priorities are way off. It's like people who are okay with getting their dick sucked, but are afraid to eat a woman out for fear of some disease. Buddy, you already ruined those chances by getting your dick sucked. Fetable 666 says, a chef is not afraid of their own food, my friend said, after I asked him your question. Shinmalfer 13 says, yes please. Jumpy Bank 9863 says, of course we do. I mean, if she wants me to kiss her after going down on her, why wouldn't I reciprocate? Alex Makeovid says, yes of course. Why don't I? Because it feel like you disdain her if you don't kiss. Kelner 21 says, personally, I have absolutely no interest in being snowballed. However, I did kiss my then GF one time after she swallowed me. I figured as long as there was no major fluid exchange, it was the least I could do after what she just did for me. Snuffaloopagus03 says, the answer to virtually every sex question, some do, some don't, some may not have a preference, and want what you want. Have to ask. Poverty Welder says, some do, some don't. Your mileage may vary. r/TooAfraidToAsk. Gloomy Dimension 1754 says, I'm 19 and have never worked, what do I do to? I have zero plans for the future, live with my parents, have zero friends, no driver's license or anyone to teach me, and I did shitty in school. I graduated and just did nothing. I just have zero motivation to get a job because I feel like it will just be worse having to work 12 hours a day 4 to 5 days a week just to live in poverty all while food and rent gets more expensive while my pay stays the same. I don't even know what the point of this post is, I just have no direction. I'll probably end up just going to trade school for a job I have no interest in. 2014 says, your parents won't be there forever. You'll have to figure something out eventually. Getting a job, saving money, and learning how to do things should be happening now, rather than down the line. No driver's license or anyone to teach me. Luckily driving schools exist. That's how I got my license. Sheep Killer Ockham says, Step 1. Go apply for a minimum wage job. Step 2. Show up when scheduled and try to do things the right way at a brisk pace. Your manager will love you. Step 3. There's your easy foundation. You can use the money you earn to assist with your parents' expenses while you figure out or decide if you want to apply yourself anywhere else. Tribune Cool says, try to get a job as a server in a restaurant. Began to Land Hungry says, what do you mean you live with your parents but have no one to teach you to drive? Do they not drive? Lord Frist says, firstly find an entry-level job and learn everything that you can about the business in general. Save every penny that you can. Second, get into some kind of classes for a degree or certification. It doesn't matter if you want to learn a trade or go the white-collar route. There are many options available. Third, try and establish your credit. Try a secured credit card and get some bills in your name to raise your credit score. This will be essential for getting your own place in the future. Set goals and make plans to achieve them. Learn everything that you can and work hard to accomplish what you need to the rise in whatever field that you choose to enter. Cart McCaffrey says, join the Navy my guy. Inside Toe 995 says, thinking like that will give you no directions. You need to assess what your qualities are and take a job that isn't great, but look at the promotion prospects if you do well in your work. We all have to do stuff we don't like, and if you want a better future and to learn to drive, you need cash. Good luck and get motivated. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.